So we gave Lean a name of ICE, which for us was improve, create and encourage. And it's been quite a journey. So we're actually going to use this whole process for inducting new staff as well. So I'm practicing for inducting new staff. Phoenix Services, our mission statement, we're actually a property maintenance company. So we're basically a service company. We don't actually produce a product as such, but service. We've got tradesmen that work together, and they work in the same building, and so we have lots of issues and problems with, with the nature of our business. So Lean has given us some good challenges, and Right, moving on. Why do we get involved with it? Well, we wanted to improve our communication and service, secure better business. Basically we just wanted to make a bit of a change. 22 years in business, you just need to look at things different. So we took on Lean and got into it. And that's our Lean team. We had no idea what we were getting into when we first started into this. We had an idea, but boy did that change. We've had some great conversations, this group, because things are never as they appear. Especially as a manager, you kind of think things are going to go a certain way, but they don't. And Right, this is when you've seen this here. This is where our staff, they actually got a chance to have a say. And so I think we've got about 150 of these offies, and it kind of grew. It took a bit to get the actual staff to put things up here, because they didn't understand it at the start. They sort of thought it'd get them in trouble, but once they got going, boy, they start putting them up. Yeah, we got some stupid ones, but we got some really good ones. But it finally made them have a say, and they could see. It was a visual thing. So that was up for a couple of weeks, and it just slowly grew. In fact, I just wanted to take it down at times. That's where before. That's where we were. This is where we're going to. We're not here yet. We've got a long way to go. We're probably just at the first milestone, the first read one. We haven't even started our process. It's a long road, but we've started, and that's the big thing. But that's our future. I'm certainly not going to explain it. I don't even really explain it to the staff. It's just a matter of learning the process. These are our boards. This isn't our smoker room. We look at these each day, and I'm actually finding that our staff are actually starting to understand them. Which it is actually, once you get to understand, they're very simple. Yes. And we've got just here we have a sort of an in tray where people have a say, and they put it into these boards, and from there it feeds out into the other boards. So it's a very visual way of people seeing that, they have a moan, have a complaint. It kind of feeds into the other ones, and it's very visual, and it really does work. So, and it's simple, but not at the start. It's not. The individual, I won't go on about all of the different ones, but as I say, I'm going to use this for induction, so I'll train people on how to read these. Yeah. But my role is actually health and safety, and to me this is great for my health and safety committee. We sit in front of us and have our meeting, and it's just visual for us too. Then we can show what we want to show to our staff. I hate this area. This is red tag. I heard the gentleman before say, this is a manager's nightmare. This is where staff pick stuff up and they put it into the red tag area for me to make a decision. And it's really hard to make these decisions because you're like, I've had this stuff for years, I've never used it, but it's here. So now we've got to make a decision and get rid of the bloody stuff. So I'm very good at trade me. But this doesn't get smaller, it keeps on growing. Good. But as they do in the 5S areas, they take stuff from their area and put it to here. So I hate it. Right, here we go. Wow. I didn't actually think we were that bad. I thought we were quite good. But we're getting to this stage, which is really getting better. It's just everything flows better. We're getting rid of surplus equipment and so forth. And I'm not doing it. This is just vertical storage. Although we had it, we had it on the wrong side of our workshop. We have saws and boards, but they're all on the other side, so we have to carry stuff around. So now we're moving stuff to what they call point of use. Simple stuff. Why we didn't do it, I don't know. We had equipment here, like this tool here. I've had that for years, loved it. But it didn't work properly. It's embarrassing me up here. So we sold it. And then we bought equipment that we actually do require. So, I wish it's so bad, you know. Anyway, in a 5S area we have, and this is a 5S board, which is a visual communication of the area that's been tidied up. So the guys see this every day when they're walking in and out. It shows what's happening. Once they start understanding it, it works for them. The other divisions, they struggle, they don't know what's going on, but they see the improvement daily. So, again, just another angle from the workshop. Yeah, it didn't look too bad, but it's looking better. In fact, when we started getting into the process, the guys decided that they'd put all their storage into this area here, but then they suddenly realised, well, that's not actually going to work properly. So they actually pulled it all out. They put it all out here on the thing to start again because they didn't get it right the first time. But they've put cones around it that made it safe because they're taking ownership of their area. Now this is me. I thought lean management, I already knew what I was about. I did this years ago. I thought this whole site here was great. In fact, nothing there worked. It was bullshit. Now we've got, we've got a cleaning station. All that here is actually used. So it works. That didn't. It looked good. And it's exactly the same as this. I actually found out this instrument here, it was broken. Never worked. That's why it was always hanging up there looking tidy. So we eventually realised nearly all that stuff was garbage. So we pulled it out and we put a safe storage area for our clients. In fact, the ladders are just about to be painted. So it's put an area where the guys need it. They need safe storage. So I said we had vertical storage. It was well ahead, but wrong place. And now again with new machinery and the machine, all the tools that go with that machinery, they're up and displayed. Biggest challenges for me, letting go, allowing the 5S team just to take ownership of their sites and just get into it and make decisions and do what they want. Time, you have to allocate people time. You can't just say use it as a full-in job. You've actually got to work at, give 2 hours or 3 hours during the week and appoint a time and make sure that people realise that what it's about and what the, give them ideas of what they can achieve in that time. Benefits to date, oh, so many. We talk a lot about waste. Yeah, you see waste everywhere. In fact, you've totally screwed us up for life. You see waste in everything, and organisations you go to, you use your subcontractors, people that come into your organisation to work, you just see it everywhere. You know, gosh, if you travel, it just about drives you nuts these days. But you start to recognise different types of waste, and you can just, you sort of want to get in and help these people, but you just don't. But you can help your own business, and that's what we're doing. And slowly your men start to see the waste too around them, and they start to actually get into it. You learn to pace the change. As I say, when you rush in, you make decisions, and then you have to change them back again, like the carpenters with the gear they laid out. Yeah, fantastic team bonding too. It's for the group that do the changes. It bonds them, but look, the other crowds looking in, they sort of think, oh, what's going on here, and they want to be part of it too. So, benefits for the future. Prior to the workshop, well, that goes without saying, it's just so easy to work there. Excellent marketing tool, I think we've covered that. It's really great to bring the clients through and show them. We're very proud of what we've done so far. And we're only like halfway too. We've only really done one area. So, yeah. We're from now to continue the way we're going. We've still got a long way to go. We haven't started any of the processes yet. We've just started one 5S area. It's been a great success for us as a company. and the rewards are certainly going to be coming. Staff improvements, striving for better improvement, workplace. Yeah, as I say, there's a bit of a competition. You can feel it growing, that other areas want to get started in their 5S areas and get things tidied up. And put more stuff in the red tag area. But understanding waste, yes, absolutely. Being forced to make decisions, absolutely for me. True cost of storage, yeah, that's a big one. I've had stuff stored for years, I don't know why, but we've actually ended up with more room to not put other stuff in, but to actually use for better use. Yeah, and also it's good to with other companies hearing what they've done and so forth too. It confirms what we kind of knew. And of course, finally, 14 font. It's kind of a private joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
And how to make toast. Another one is you've all learned to make toast really well. Very little waste, and it's been a great challenge to us all. It's been really good. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
What Full I Hope understands is by making decisions, you are directly through action empowering your staff. You have created a process where they can physically take control of their working environment. The first step being removing what they do not use. The second step, and we saw fantastic examples, is then organizing appropriately what we do use. The other thing that Phil alluded to, which is once again, it's great to be able to stand here and recognize things that we haven't always done right. Not because we were wrong, just we didn't know better. Phil had some great setups going on. He had put great machines in a great place. It looked good, but the machine didn't even operate. And you know, he hung things on the wall which looked fantastic, but of course they were broken. The challenge is, if the decision makers try and set up the workplace, it may look good, probably not going to work good. So the key word here is ownership. We have to create a process where we develop that sense of ownership, where people can tangibly and physically take control of their working environment. If they do it, they're going to do the right thing. Common sense. 5S is common sense. It won't look good, it will work good. That's a big difference, guys. That's why managers love locking things in cupboards. You know why? They look good. But do they work good? No, but we've got to spend our day walking backwards and forwards to that big cupboard. The people who work there will always design a more efficient solution than a manager who doesn't work there. So the ability, and I like the fact, Phil, that you put it down as one of your challenges, to allow them to take ownership. And I love that word allow. That implies that they want to take ownership. And I love that. I'll say again, your 5S was awesome. The 5S pilot, and the photos don't do it justice, was quite staggeringly good. Part of the 5S process, they learned how to self-audit, and the score they got was well above where we expected to be, but you've got a good, big working area. Clean, organized, fantastic. In a year's time, you'll be challenging our friend down at Culver Stewart, who have set the benchmark in terms of a manufacturing working environment. And so a lot of you in the room here. Just one more thing you may have seen. We have spoken about those boards. Their boards were very clear in pie charts. You may have seen pie charts on these presentations. I'll just go back very, very quickly. Just to explain to you that these boards you are looking at are not merely pretty pictures. They are very dynamic management systems. There you are. Can you see those pies? There they are. Those are trackers. They change color. Yep. They start off red, they then turn orange, and then they go green. What those pies represent are the original opportunities for improvement as raised by the staff. In 6 months' time, those will all be green. What we have developed is a management system to address each and every problem that the business raises. But what these pie charts do, it ensures that the leaders drive the necessary changes to implement them. The other thing that Phil mentioned were these input forms. As part of this organization, we create a continuous feedback loop where staff can then continue to contribute to the improvement in the business through ongoing suggestions. So what you're looking at, guys, ultimately the outcome of this program is an internal management system to drive improvement into the business. And this is where I'll wind up. Every presentation today, guys, I think has clearly shown the result of a challenging journey. I think the presentations were all unique in their way, whether it's about process, around people, around decision making. But I think the total story has been unbelievable. I sit here from a point of knowledge, and I understand what I'm looking at. For some of you, it's the first time you've heard about Lean. I hope you picked up on some of the key messages. For the 6 companies that have been through this program, I really hope you have learned from each other, because each team has said some really valuable bits of information about the journey they've been on. But I think more importantly, all of you spoke about the journey that lies ahead. And that's really what this is about, guys. The skills, the systems, the work you have done, the things you have developed over the last 6 months, it's all about what happens next. You all have a clear roadmap for the future, guys, and I personally wish you all the luck in the world. I look forward to seeing you. As I mentioned this morning, we have a number of support mechanisms, health checks, training courses. We have a big network, 28 companies. We want you to tap into that network of organizations. As Piper said, they were skeptical until they went and visited 2 companies that had been on the journey. You guys are selling this program for us. I hope to keep coming here for many, many years. And one day Steve might get his way and I may well be living down here, but who knows. Love the people, I love the work, guys, and thank you so much for all the support you've given me. I hope you've enjoyed the day. Thank you so much.